All right, you guys, we're here in Tremonton, Utah on a 34-hour break. And the other day I was in Nevada and I said I was going to do a truck tour, and I forgot my key for that little side box over there, and this door's locked, so we're off to a real good start already. Man, look at me go. All right, sorry about that. Camera probably got pretty shaky there for a minute. All right, so back to the truck tour. So there's a little side box here on these flat top sleepers. I'm pretty sure all the sleepers have them, but in here I keep a little, that's a hot shot for hauling cattle. In here I keep my cooler, so I don't have to keep it in the floor with me, in the cab, in the floorboard. And being, you know, what I haul, sometimes I have to carry samples of my load and just put them in there and put them on ice and carry them. There's a box of extra fuel filters right there, because, you know, I knew that some of these trucks had problems with fuel filters. Luckily, I don't think my truck is one of those trucks, so I got lucky on that. But just in case, I went ahead and bought a box of fuel filters because I'd rather be prepared than sitting on the side of the road 3,500 miles after I bought it stuck. So anyways, this box here, side box, or step box rather, we've got I keep tools and extra bungee cords in there, and that's just my toolbox. Just a bunch of tools, nothing special. Bunch of extra bungee cords, ratchet strap, that's good for nothing. That was from back in the day when I used to pull a flatbed, and I pulled it out of my old truck, and somehow it's just followed me into this one. I don't need it, but it's just there. So alrighty, yeah, look at that. Got my hand all messed up messing with them bungee cords. Okie dokie. Those bungee cords are for whenever I used to haul flatbed too, but now they're useful to take slack out of my trailer line right there. All right, moving along. I think that's where the regen system is. That's why they've got different looking step box on this side than on the other side. Which, if you look under here, see there's an exhaust pipe that comes out of the step box, and then you can't really see it, but it makes a U-turn right around there and then comes out the stacks. Alrighty, moving on. There's a hood, copious amounts of motor under there in case you were wondering. All right, here's another identical to over there. I just got a pair of rubber boots and my, oh goodness, this ain't gonna be difficult, isn't it? Golly, what the heck? Ugh. Man, put some WD-40 on that darn thing. Jesus, pleases. Air hose, cow poop boots, my old signs from whenever I had to run paper signs for a couple of weeks while I was trying to, like, make an appointment to get into the sign shop, and, you know, in a time where I didn't have loads. Empty grease tube. As you can tell, I'm real proud of this box and make a solid effort to keep it clean and organized. Alright. Yeah, I need to get some of that foam type grease stuff and grease that up real good, because if I don't, I imagine it's going to wear holes all through that right there. Anywho, okay, see if this one's locked. It is not. All right, here, another box of, you know, just nonsense. Right here, these Mule Wipes, these are real good. I like these. For those of you who do your own PMs or whatever, grease your truck. I grease my truck myself. So these are handy for when you get done with that, because it is impossible to keep a grease gun clean, and I have my grease gun in that box down there. And then I got a couple of tubes of grease, a couple of cans of brake cleaner, right there, brake cleaner. All this, hot shots, extra air hose, gloves. I'll probably just give that hot shot to that guy if he ever comes and buys my cow trailer. Extra parts for my cow trailer. clear Gorilla Tape. That's a torch for whenever, golly, I'm not even pointing the thing. Extra parts from the cow trailer. That's a torch for like if your doors get froze up on the cow trailer, so like a little propane torch, go in there and thaw them out. Only had to use it once, thank goodness, up in Colorado one evening. Which, lesson learned, I should have maybe left a little 1/2 inch gap between the bottom of the door and the thing, so I could have got in there with a screwdriver and jabbed the ice out. But the manure will freeze, you know. Old seals from tankers, I just don't want to throw them down on the ground, you know, because they're metal. And I don't want them in the cab with me, obviously. So that's that. Here's another gasket for a tanker trailer. I was pulling a trailer that had a bad gasket one time, and the guy went ahead and gave me an extra one, so that was nice of him. All right, let's go inside here. Alrighty, I'm gonna have to kick my boots off, so y'all bear with me. Okay, I'm gonna go in the sleeper and then talk about all this stuff. Gotta kick my other boot off, gosh almighty. Okay, get those set down on the floor mat. Get up in here, close the door. All right, so, you know, typical dash. That's pretty much, I mean, shoot, they pretty much look identical to every truck that they sell in Tulsa to me. You know, might be a little different gauge placement on them or something. But there's the dash. Real nice. Pretty fancy. That's my GPS cord just out there laying all over the daggum place. Pre-pass, you know what, I got a better idea. Pre-pass, GPS, dash cam. That's my ELD up there on the dash. Came with a CD in it. It's only got one cup holder up front, which Peterbilt has some cup holders that'll go right here, right down there next to the passenger seat. But I've never seen one that has these wide ride style seats in it and has that cup holder. I've never seen one like that. I've only seen them with stock Peterbilt seats with that cup holder, which these I guess may be considered stock because they got a little Peterbilt logo in them, but these are the, I guess, like the upgraded kind. All right, I've got my curtains halfway drawn here because I'm on a 34-hour break, so I don't, you know, I'm not tucking them back and tying them up every time like I would if I was leaving in the mornings or what have you. Flip the light on. Got a little compartment up there. Lights, speakers. Same thing over here on passenger side compartment. One light, vents. Little cubby up here, you know, real clean and organized. Just got a bunch of extra ball caps, some paper logs, because I guess because you have to carry those with you. Over here is where I keep my vacuum cleaner. This little vacuum cleaner right here, I bought it at Walmart. I don't think it was like $36. It just died on me though, so I won't be able to get a charge till I get back to the house, but charger's over there on the passenger side. So there's that. I'm sorry that this video quality is going to be really poor. Man, I am just no good at this. There's an ashtray there, I guess, if you want to smoke some cigarettes or something. I don't know, I don't smoke. There's another cup holder down there. As you can see, I have an empty cup here from last night whenever I walked on there to the Burger King and ate supper. And carried my drink back out here to the truck with me. And I took out my trash and totally forgot that was there because my pillows do such a good job of hiding it. So we'll hide it so I don't have to look at it, so I can forget about it and be mad at myself 3 days later when I find it. All right. Here's a closet. Somebody's out there hollering about something. Oh, I don't know what they're screaming about. Anyways, there's a closet. Shirts and breeches. Nothing special. I don't know what I got down there on the bottom. Anyways, shirts and breeches. And over here's another closet. And this one, it doesn't have the business center in it or anything. It's got That backpack there is just socks and underwear. There's a shower bag right there. Can't really tell, but it's there. And then here's a laundry bag. It doesn't have the business center in it, which I'm glad it doesn't, because I'd rather have the space than the business center myself. And it's got the actual doors, little door handle. Pretty nice. All right. Then up here in the front, got the gear shift. It's got an 18 speed in it. Which at first I thought I wouldn't like the 18 speed because I'd had a 13 speed before, and I'd only ever been in a situation where I needed an 18 speed one time, and that was over there in those mountains between Montrose, Colorado and Pueblo. And I had a little Detroit motor, and I think if I'd have had a big motor, I wouldn't even needed an 18 speed then. But I tell you what, being able to split these two gears right here on the low side, so with the black switch down, being able to split those two gears is pretty handy sometimes. Like starting off over there at that canyon going into Hiram, Utah, you start up the hill and there's a red light right there at the bottom of it. So those, I shift whole gears 1, 2, and 3, or I guess 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I split 7, 8, 9, 10, or whatever. I don't keep up with the numbers. I just keep up with where the switches are. Anyways, this little seat right here is my catch-all. Got my little ELD screen, iPad, Mojigger, my little cloth wrapping down the dash, and cool guy sunglasses, and a couple of cans of snuff. As you can tell, that floor mat over there has never been stepped on, ever, not once. And I was so proud of how nice it was. And the other day I was over there in Phoenix, and I went and backed under a trailer because my fifth wheel sets up kind of high, and I backed under a trailer and had to give it a little gas to get underneath it. Whenever I did, and it was a loaded trailer, and whenever I did, it popped up over the fifth wheel. I slammed it, and I had a big Dr. Pepper, a fountain drink, sitting in there, and that son of a gun fell out and landed. Luckily the floor mat caught the lion's share of it, but spilt Dr. Pepper all over it. Had to go find a water hose and rinse it off and everything. It was just a big old mess. And that floor mat has been stepped on a bunch, as you can see. I was carrying some towels down there, folded up and everything, but they just kept on getting in a mess, and they really didn't do a good job. I mean, dirt got right through them, and instead of the dirt being able just to lay freely like on top of this right here, it was scratching it all up on that seat base. So I just decided to take those towels out, especially since I wasn't hauling cattle anymore, and I do much more pavement pounding now than I did then. So I was like, I don't need those darn towels anyways. But luckily the weather's nice enough today where I can just keep the windows down and the vents open, and it's not too bad in the truck, which is good for fuel mileage and just wear and tear on the engine. But I'm here in Tremonton on a 34. About halfway done with it. I'll get my hours back in the morning, which I'm really looking forward to, because I hate 34-hour breaks. I wish that they would just have daily work limits, and you can just work every day, as many days as you want, and then go take your time off at home like a sane person. Because I don't know about y'all, but I'd rather come out here for 13, 14 days and go home for 2 or 3 than come out for 7 and park for a day and a half and work another 7 and park for a day and a half and work another 7 and go home for a day and a half. I'm like, God almighty, man. I'd just rather come out here, make some money, and go home. But, well, I guess if they wanted my opinion, they'd have called me and asked me about it. Anyways, so that's the truck tour. Not much to it. Just a regular old Peterbilt. It doesn't have all those bazillion cubby holes in it like a more modern truck does, like a Volvo or a Cascadia or something. But I like it. Does me a good job. It's pretty. That was one of the main goals. And, I really enjoy driving this thing. It's a breeze to drive. Doggone fly. Man, hate sitting here with my windows down. Anywho, that's pretty much all there is to it. I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing uploaded, and hopefully we'll be getting another video to y'all here in a day or two. I do plan on still buying a GoPro, but that's going to be in the future. You know, I probably ain't going to get it this time I go home. Maybe next time I go home. I'm not sure. We'll see. Because I don't have a computer, and I'm not sure if like you can use it on your iPad, or I'm just not very technologically. I just, you know, a lot of that stuff just escapes me. I just don't get it. You know, it's just not intuitive to me like it is to most people. Anywho, well, that's it, guys. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Comment down below. Let me know if y'all want to see anything else, and I'll do my best to get it to you. See you later.